For now, it's going to be Overpass, and we're getting into the action. Pistol time, BP on the T side, FaZe in the blue corner, and we're off to the races. 2 smokes, 3 flashes. They're feeling themselves with some sort of finish. It does look like they're leaning quite heavily towards the fountain position for an early biff.
Time will tell, Alex. Time will tell, as Brokey now will be there to challenge towards middle. We've got Nico with a bit of aggression towards long with Rain as well. He's going towards the playground, and it looks like he wants to advance all the way towards T-spawn. Spots a couple of them and pushes them in towards B. They're pretty much fully committed at this stage.
Yeah, here we go. We'll be taking the B site. Olaf's going to get smoked off, and that looks like the other one was destined for heaven. Does bloom actually towards Graffiti. coldzera flashed off but spotted. Brokey does get kick it nicely. The bomb will be planted, I assume, from Adren. Yeah, he's just going to be getting that one down. Or is he? coldzera, they knew he was there, but just gets tapped away, and another for FaZe. Well, Buster just desperately trying to bring it back, but he doesn't stand a chance.
Jame will be left in a 1 versus, well, nothing. At this point, it's going to be 4 players surviving for FaZe Clan. They don't get the bomb down. They don't really say anything about round number 1 there. FaZe just bulldozer them on the Virtus.pro pick. That is going to be a very convincing start. And at this point, Virtus.pro will take the eco.
It was on this map over in London where I saw FaZe really kick into a hyperdrive for 2020. The team looked much more organized. That's when they had just made the role swap. And Overpass was the first map where I really took notice of those key elements of change. Now with FaZe Clan, they've had some rough losses over these last few days. Very close games with the likes of Mouse Sports, the grudge match against Carrigan for Nico and Co. And then we obviously saw them falling to G2, where Nico went down to his cousin Hunter, who outshot him in a best of 3.
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
So this here, for FaZe, if they want to make sure they can get through in one of these top 3 slots, they need to make sure that they pick up a victory against VP.
They have to, really, don't they, at this point? That's such a good point you made earlier with the North American division getting 4 spots.
Yeah.
This group will only have 3, and the names within it, it suggests that we're not going to have one of these big names, and it might not be FaZe considering their 2 defeats they've suffered so far. This is their 4th outing now, and against Virtus.pro, it is must win, as we'll see them pick up the first kill. It will be Rain to open things up with the FaMass. Should be no problem here. Takes a bullet to the face, so a little bit sloppy from himself, but they should still win the round, no problem. Kickert and Jame remain, as we'll see them hold onto their Glocks and try and just be a nuisance here and find out any utility if possible, but Nico makes light work of them. 4 players survive. The AKs come out in round number 3 here, and we've got a bit of a bonus situation. FaZe Clan with FaMasses and MP9s and Scouts. We have seen a lot of teams convert these as of late. Well, this week, I should say. So 3-0 on the cards here as Jame brings out the AWP with Glass Cannon.
Yeah, and that plays into what you were just saying about these lower buy situations coming in. The CTs, if you're unfamiliar, that M4A4 that you can see equipped in Nico's hands, it requires 2 bullets if they have head armor. Well, Jame, not having any armor at all, makes him extremely vulnerable to every single weapon. Yeah, he needs to be a little bit careful with that big green, but this is something we'll see a lot of. If you're not familiar with Virtus.pro, saving the AWP is the name of the game and activating their key star throughout.
Has he been a star as of late, though? I haven't seen a big Jame highlight in quite some time. I will say that much. Just my gut feeling, it just feels like his numbers might not have been up there, chat. I can see you crunching them right now. We'll have a look at what he's been doing as of late. Anyone's not familiar. Another flashy AWPer, but does have a certain controversial playstyle in terms of that he does like to save the weapon very often because it's very powerful. It makes sense. It's not like it's a mistake or he's doing anything wrong. He just likes to make sure that he holds onto the weapon. And instead of taking risks, he likes to play for the bigger picture, which is absolutely fine. First shot to be delivered here. Brokey won't connect, but Buster certainly will. M4 now to pick up the pieces here. And that's going to be Nico, finding his 3rd kill so far and bringing things back to an even kill.
Yeah, Molotov doesn't quite bounce as deep as he'd have liked. He'll have to clear this one a little more risky, but no one home. And it does seem like they're going to start regathering towards the B side of the map. Short and Monster walkout. Contact from Kickert. He's looking for it now. And they are going to get caught out by this one a little bit. coldzera has not got the dream weapon for the job, but if he plays close to the smoke, he does. And now he does manage to get himself just on the edge of that smoke. They're slowing down, but a stray bullet does catch Olofmeister. 2 frags from Nico, though, in quick succession, does give FaZe a head up, and it's an ace from Nico. Mr. Kovac is in the server tonight.
That's what you like to see. We want to see the stars shine, Alex. And right now, Nico is looking brighter than ever. 7-0. That's not a James Bond. That's something ungodly. This is looking fantastic for him so far. As a team just coming back in towards his B side. 3 kills through the smoke on the last one and managing to just close things out nicely. We're going to have a 3-0 start, and that was the full investment from Virtus.pro. We talked about his bonus round situation. They picked up T-weaponry now. You've given coldzera, Krieg. You're in a lot of trouble if you're a Virtus.pro player at this stage.
License to slaughter. 7-0. 3 rounds into the game. Now Kiket's taking a beating as he tries to play around this smoke on tons. And oh, the beating continues. I think that's Nico. Yeah, every bullet he's firing is connecting right now. Very comfortable start for him. Quite the contrary for VP.
Indeed. No armor. Just a few upgraded pistols. James surprisingly invests a bit more than his teammates. He's got CZ and Kevlar here. The one player I wouldn't want to have Kevlar, to be honest with you, but they will have maximum loss bonus next round, so I suppose it's fine.
No, it's fine. Sanji's got 2.2. He's the one that's going to be
If he ends up having to drop the orb. Poor dude. So just so James can have a nice fun round with the CZ and armor.
Yeah.
Let's keep track of that. Sanji is given that responsibility. I actually feel a bit bad for him. Either way, towards A we go, and there's a chance this kill comes in. The scout not ideal at that range, and they let him get a little bit too close. That's going to be Brokey removed. See now if Nico can continue this blistering run he's had in the first half of the CT side of Overpass.
It should be just another day in the office for Nico. He knows he has the advantage. No Kevlar, of course, apart from Mr. James. And oh yeah, he's doing it again. I can feel it in my waters. Another 4 kills from Nico, tapping away. That's 9 in 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's looking quite convincing, but bear in mind, boys, we've seen a lot of these landside starts in EPL so far. We've had, what, 8-0, 7-0s, and then the half will end 8-7. It seems to be, especially with these CT starts.
Yeah. All right, so I've been crunching the numbers. I've been checking it all out, having a little gander. So now the period of time over the Major and Blast Moscow, which I referenced Avantgarde / Virtus.pro having a very good run. James' rating was 1.20, Buster's rating was 1.11, and Kickit was 1.03. Now, since then, the date directly after all that finished until now, James is at a 1.13 rating. Kickit has actually gone up to a 1.13 rating, and Buster has dropped off to a 1.05. So the biggest changes is James isn't averaging a 1.2 anymore. He's averaging a little bit lower. It's over a much longer period of time.
Okay. So he hasn't necessarily dropped off massively in individual form, but the team has in general, I suppose. Yeah. And so we are going to see a 5-on-4, the first pick for Kickit this time. That's over towards the monster side of the map here. You can see him holding just in T-spawn, looking for any reaction play from the CT side at this point. FaZe Clan haven't presented much so far, but they have pushed off towards shorts. coldzera, remember, with the Krieg in hand, looking to be deadly at this point. Flashbang didn't actually make it through the window. That would have been a nice swing. Second bite of the cherry, and the Flashbang is much better this time. You can see him getting a very clean and precise frag there. Smoke goes down, and he manages to buy a lot of time here and bring things back to a 4-on-4.
Quite intimidating setup from FaZe Clan. They nade off that door and then you just, well, you want to walk upstairs, but you don't have water control. It's terrifying. Yeah. Very quick way to get that control. Perfect
flashbang on the second attempt. Yeah. First one wasn't as good, but they got the kill in the end. And that's all that really matters. And in terms, yeah, they've got 1-2 smokes now, a single flash. So towards B they'll have to go. They can smoke heaven on the site. First of all, which has already been thrown. And here they go. coldzera ready and waiting above these smokes. I feel like he's going to get a couple more kills, but a flash does land in Buster's face, and he's absolutely fine to get the kill. Must have been.
Now into the site. Buster has busted this one wide open. Another kill. 3 kills straight into the site. Confirms the first for VP. Damn, that was all hanging in the balance. At 20 seconds left, coldzera. I don't know, was cold flashed as well? Kickit?
I don't think so. It felt like the fact that Buster came through, he was flashed. He just pulled the trigger in the right position. It is quite a common one right on the corner there. I think Chan's having a look right now to see whether we can work out who did get flashed there. It might not have been a full flash. The effect will come in terms of the animation, even if you catch a 50% flashbang. Either way, it's a very convincing finish from Virtus.pro to find their first round here. Money will be incredibly strong for FaZe, considering that they had so much success in those bonus rounds before, and they've saved money.
Yeah, so we're going to take a look at this here. You can see coldzera about to push, and Brokey actually is about to throw this flash. So the nades come in, the Molotov, as it starts to dissipate, Cold will initiate his push, and you're going to see this flash come from Brokey. So they are doing the right thing. There's the flash. Bluster is completely blind. This is just one of those unlucky situations where timing, maybe he saw him just before the flash came in, or it was just knowing the flash was going to be initiating a push and holding the trigger down and getting that kill.
Well, there we have it. So FaZe did throw all the correct utility there, just a little bit unfortunate in finding the kill, as they'll continue now with the EWP in the hands of Brokey on the CT side. A failed incendiary, seeing a lot of that this week. Need to tighten it up, boys.
So we've seen a failed flash and a failed incendiary from the CT side of FaZe. Just those small micro adjustments can have big ramifications throughout a game of Counter-Strike.
All very quiet for now. Nico just sending bullets through his wooden boards, and they've got a short push going on here. There should be a trade. And there it is. coldzera now. The question is, does he get out? Does he continue to fight? Looks like it's going to be the latter, and Sandy will come out on top. Remember, the support player, the anchor, watching towards that short position for pushes. Finds his first frag of the half so far, 1 and 5. Very important kill to get there. That's coldzera now out of the connector position as they posture outside of the A bomb site. Nico seems to be reading it well. He'll be pushing behind them, and Sanji collects the bomb. He'll join his teammates. He has 2 options here. He can go towards middle and bathrooms by himself, or join his 2 comrades along. I think it will be the latter, as they get ready and waiting here. With 3 smokes available, they can smoke bank and CT steps. Ideally get as close as possible before committing, but they only have 25 seconds here.
Yeah, you can see Rain's playing a more passive line. He realizes that time is part and parcel of this defense now. Walking up long, 15 seconds. Now the smokes and flashes are in the sky. Brokey prepares himself for battle. 12 seconds. They will be getting that bomb down unless Brokey can contest. And that's the swing he was waiting for. That was the bomb carrier. Sanji's gone down. 4 seconds. They just run out of time. Or have they? I think he's got it down just in the nick of time. And now on to Nico. A 1 versus 2. A 1 versus 1. James taking the line. He does have armor this time. And he is going to hit the shot. Nico, balls of steel. Virtus.pro steal the second.
Comes right down to the wire, that one. I love the play from Virtus.pro, though. With 20 seconds remaining, they're still walking up long. They're still trying to commit to this execution. As I said, the smokes down towards bank and CT steps enable them a bit of wiggle room there. And Brokey, the only player waiting on the A side, he nails the shot he had to hit, right? But unfortunately for him, they overwhelm him. That's by design. They wanted to get as close to the bomb set as I mentioned before, just so when he pulls the trigger, there's no chance of getting a second shot off. And once that happened, the round was done. Second for Virtus.pro and a full eco for FaZe here. As they set themselves up towards middle, they'll probably have a flashbang. Olofmeister does. They'll throw that in towards middle any second now and try and get a pick, but they might not get a chance. Rain, great shot on the first, and that's all he's going to find as they do flash towards middle now and try and pick up the pieces, but it's looking like a convincing round for VP.
Yeah, just tapping away at those unarmed faces. Adrian will clean up, collect himself. A quad kill actually in that one. Happy to get himself off the mark. Had 1 frag coming into round 7, leaves with 4.
VP haven't gotten the memo yet. It's about the Kriegs on the T side, but if they win T-sided rounds, maybe they don't need the memo, because, well, yesterday, Mouse Sports could have used it as part of their comeback against OG. That game was a weird one to watch, wasn't it?
It was. It was the strangest game we've had so far, I think, but also maybe the most entertaining, considering the roller coaster ride of emotions it was. We are going to be getting into the next round, and at this stage, you can see a full buy. No double AWP setup required yet for FaZe, and we'll see them just holding on. No one's super aggressive apart from Brokey. Yes, he has taken the sniper towards long this time. Very committed position. No one behind him with the flashbang here. A lot of trust being put in the young man.
The problem with this position is if they're close to the corner and they swing on him, even if he gets a kill, he's not going to be able to escape. So the longer he waits, the bigger the likelihood of that scenario is.
Yeah. Well, he is in front of the default flashbang for the flower bed at least, if that does come through. But for now, it is a full B execution on the cards for VP. You've all seen them before. They'll be flashing over, smoking heaven, molotoving barrels.
Can I see the pop flash?
Double setup towards Monster could be everything for FaZe. Don't see this every game.
Okay.
See the flashbang come through, designed to take them out of the equation. We'll see if they've got an anti-flash player set up.
Yeah, coldzera ate the flash, but he also has a nibble on kick it. Adren into the site with a double kill. That's going to lock FaZe out. The rotate is so late. All 3 of them still going to be descending from heaven. And it's going to be out of there, saving for the next. Virtus.pro, just as we saw that dominant start from FaZe, they have responded in kind.
Yeah, it's exactly what we said, right? You have those 4-0 starts, it feels great, everything's looking convincing, you lose one round, the money falls apart, and then all of a sudden you start to be locked out. The T side on Overpass looking great for Virtus.pro here. That B execution once again, just overwhelming. It was FaZe trying a different setup there, focusing towards the monster area, but you could see they weren't really working off each other, focusing on one position. Sure, they were in anti-flash positions, but they couldn't handle the pincer from short. Overwhelmed from 2 positions, and at that point, it's VP finding 2 quick kills at Adren to get both of them. The old boy stepping up, Chad.
Yeah, we're going to show this focus right here. James going to throw a flash that we saw, but Sanji also throws one. Look how much focus is right now from Virtus.pro just towards Monster. Everybody peering out for these frags, only having their back turned to Heaven and the ABC area. So they knew that FaZe were playing in the Monster position.
Yeah, a good read. Familiar with their tendencies and variations of their B hold, it seems. As Adren, those are the easiest kills you're probably ever going to find. They're flashed and in the wall, not looking at you. That's pretty good.
An easy contrast.
No camouflage.
No camouflage. It's a black dot on a grey background.
You do well to miss those kills. So respect to Adren as we get into round 9 here, and saved weapons for FaZe and a boost towards middle.
They mollied this last round, and they're going to do it again. He's burning. He's burning. Both of them.
Actually kind of sick. Like, when you nailed that Molotov and it's done that much damage and shut down the boost, that's really well played.
We need to point one thing out with Virtus.pro's Overpass. They were one of the teams to beat Liquid on it, if we remember back to that Berlin Major, right? And at the time, Liquid were considered one of the best Overpass teams in the world. And Dustin came out and said, yeah, we watched like 11 of their demos. So they're very familiar with the approach on this map. And as you can see here, these Molotovs, these nades, they're to deal with these aggressive plays.
I feel like they're one of the teams that realize they can't rest on their laurels. They're probably on their last life in terms of the performance they had towards the tail end of Avangard, now in this iconic organization within CSGO, and the fact they're performing at the level they are, they're not going to be just say, oh, we'll just turn up and play our own game. They're going to be watching every single demo, countering FaZe, and being aware of every setup they have available.
Think about their year. They started their year, as did everyone, but this time it was 7th and 8th in Leipzig. You lost to Cloud9. 5th and 6th at the Ice Challenge. You lost to Godsent in 2-0. And then you went 13th to 16th finish over in Katowice, losing to Mad Lions. Those guys have managed to pull out $14,000 in prize money in the 3 events accumulated.
Yeah, look, if Virtus.pro wanted those kind of results, they would have just stuck with the failing Polish roster they had towards the tail end, right, that we got to see in the summer event. I think that was the last event for Cuban and
yeah, this wasn't a bad pickup by any stretch for VP. Like, they are a solid team. They're just in really bad form right now, but this is looking much better for them. Overpass, a 0-4 deficit, and now going to take the lead with another convincing round here. The perfect Molotov towards middle to shut down the boost. Nico, he was 11-0. Now he's 12-4. Like, he's struggling at this point. Since the gun rounds have really started, VP are finding clean and consistent rounds. Another clean sweep here with 5 players surviving. The money just swelling. And you can see the discipline now. They don't have to hunt Rain. Let him save his M4. They are going to have, in terms of loss bonus, the maximum going to the next round, so it's negligible whether he holds onto this weapon or not. You might as well keep building your own bank and making sure you don't have the eco again going forward.
I feel like this is going to end with Buster dying. I feel like this conversation you've just started ends with a Buster frag. Okay, react in time. There was a lot more trade potential for VP than there was FaZe. 4 of them closing in on his location. They get it, and the cherry on top of their 5th.
FaZe Clan have the highest 4 versus 5 win percentage on their CT side in the last 6 months. We haven't really seen that in the last 5 rounds. They've given those up. It's a common trend here in CSGO right now. Here's Sanji managing to add to his total. He won't ever get the most amount of frags, but he is a safe pair of hands holding the extremities of the map, and you can see him just making light work of FaZe as Buster closes things out here with the crew.
Feeling ourselves. Molly lands, forces out the smoke. Another Molly this time in towards Underpass. They want to boost for early water control.
Double AWP setup here. Always a sign that things are starting to fall apart. Brokey and Olof Meister bring out the big green. And it's a contact play towards B here. They've actually already snuck through. Olof has no idea.
Oh dear. And the bait and switch, it may not work too well. They haven't committed. He doesn't have to worry about jail just yet. Instead, they are just gathered around Monster Tunnel and now holding a more passive line. He's hoping for one.
One flash would actually just remove him here. He needs to be so careful.
Let's find the first. There's more where that came from. Avangard, rather now VP, do excuse me, are gathered up, all 3 of them, towards Monster Tunnel. The loose cannon is Sanji. He'll be back up. going to want to get ahead of that, is he? No. Instead, he's going to let them have it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought there was a potential to actually sit in front of that smoke, go for 1 kill, but it doesn't seem to matter. Brokey providing the covering fire as he sits towards heaven, and they have made a sound cue with the boost there. So he's not going to plant just yet. They probably need another kill before they can commit to the plant. They still have 40 seconds, so why not send Jame in, or Kickert apparently, who will be taking down Olofmeister towards short. That's one of the orcs removed now.
Going to get that bomb down. 2 from short, 1 from Graffiti, and 3 members of Virtus.pro on that side. They're going to try the boost again. Kickert's staring right at it. This should be an easy frag. Oh, timing! Just as Kickert looks away, now the smoke to block off the monster side. They can focus all of their attention with Brokey's help towards ramp. That is where Jame is currently lying. And one's already into the site. Rain's done well. They know where the last is. Jame has to hit some bangers. He's missed, and they haven't. Tagged him! Hits the no-scope, and another one from Jame! No scope, no problem. Gets the 6th.
That's so wild. That's why he's got so much hype around him when he turns up in those sort of clutch scenarios, Chad. It's a beautiful thing to observe.
Yikes. So that could have been a mid-air double no-scope coming on in here.
Look at him go. That was so close. And the fact he gets the headshot on the last, so classy. And we'll get around number 11 coming through with another eco for FaZe Clan. FaZe are on their knees at this point.
Brutal. Brutal way to lose a round. And we've seen actually, we saw Nico after losing the round to USPs against Mouse Sports. FaZe went into a downward spiral. Losing rounds of that magnitude often has its echoes throughout the rest of the FaZe game.
Certainly some repercussions attached to it. Not ideal. A 1 versus 3. Jame has been waiting to show us what he's capable of. And a show-stopping performance in round number 10 there. So good. So calm. Manages to find a huge round there, shut down the CT economy, and continue their streak. 6 rounds in a row here on the T side of Overpass. Good nade as well. Rain, known as the janitor of the bathrooms. Take him down for now. Put on notice. That's going to be a Dren continuing this good showing so far. 8 kills and 6 deaths. We said he's had a slower few months. Probably the first name in the chopping block if you were to choose one. And the rotation's coming through now. Not much FaZe can do with this in general, but they do have the upgraded pistols. A couple of smokes to work with here, and they're going to focus towards the A side of the map.
Virtus.pro extremely well organized. They've been playing off each other.
The wall of smokes.
Exceptionally well.
All on Optimus' side. Haven't seen that too often.
This is a very technical execution. Considering up against pistols, a lot of teams would just be walking into the contact play to avoid the Desert Eagles. The smoke's actually falling apart slightly here. He's going to plant down. If the bomb goes down, there's no problem, and it looks like that's going to be the case. There was a chance to deny it, but now there's Olofmeister, and he will be taken care of as well. So even with a full stack there from FaZe, the execution was spot on there. 4 smokes down. Yeah,
just to know a little bit more about these type of executes against pistol rounds, the reason you want to not have them so close to the bomb site is for scenarios just like that. Somebody might be able to creep on out of your own smokes designed to be a wall, stop you from being able to plant that bomb, and you can lose the round within just 1 frag. So normally you see deeper smokes, Molotovs to clear up those closer lines. Doesn't matter, Virtus.pro stuck the landing on that one there, and well, they're going to continue this campaign. 7 now in a row. This is looking very, very good, and they continue just to put out this Molotov that is meant to dissuade them from taking playground control quickly. One of the positives that it does do is Brokey desperately tries to find an opening, and he goes down. That's another opening frag in the favor of Avantgarde here.
Quite a convincing one as well.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta stop calling him Avantgarde.
Okay, that's the last one.
That's the last one.
It's going to be a yellow card for the next person that says Avantgarde.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right, starting from now.
Okay.
Graham Pitt's on standby, and he's watching you closely, Chad.
I'm glad he's here. We do need his oversight.
And he has got the classic ESL referee shirt on as well.
Oh, good.
I believe.
Size medium.
Size medium, yeah. It's a black and white number. It looks great. It's iconic.
Jame is iconic.
And they've got that opening pick, and they've got to choose to head towards long, but there's a nice setup here in the bathrooms. One that won't lead to a kill. How is Buster getting away with this?
I don't know how he got that.
This is the man advantage for VP. They'll know exactly where Rain's position at this stage. He has a flashbang and a chance to get out. How has he got away with that one? Jame just slightly flashed, lets him get away towards Flowerbed.
I wonder if that means he's going to repeat and take the fight. He is suppressing fire onto Jame. They want to push him on.
They know he's down towards long, so that's why they're trying to commit to multiple players to this position. Great shot from Rain. Surely the trade comes through, though. Oh, lovely work. And it's going to be another round for FaZe here after losing 7 in a row.
Good
Kick
nade.
up with 20 seconds and a strong grenade. Maybe this round's not done just yet.
He knows there was an AWPer there as well. This utility usage is amazing. He's got not only a kill, but he's forced him off the bank angle. Can close it out into 2 1v1s. He has the bomb. He just has to win this duel. And he is. Oh, no time. He's going to plant in front of the site. 5 seconds. He knows where they're coming from. 4. He has to be planting now. I don't know if he's got it.
Too late. Just too late.
It has to read 4 on the clock for it to go down. And it was just under. It flashed to 3, and he didn't have a chance there. So it is going to be the first for FaZe by the skin of their teeth, and he did get 1 more kill there, Chad.
I've just dropped back and had a look at the opening kills within the last 8-round stretch where VP picked up 7. They managed 6 opening kills of these 8-round stretch, and one of the opening kills that they conceded was actually that Rain USP at long. So that was versus the full eco where they just floored them in the rest. So keeping that in mind here, VP have done a fantastic job getting the openings.
In the last 6 months on the CT of Overpass, they had previously converted 87.8% of opening kills into a win. Now that sounds like a lot to me, boys. Sounds like a very successful stat. Anything in the high 80s, you'd feel like that's success.
That is if they get the opening frag. And at the moment, as Chad has perfectly highlighted, they have not. In the last 6 rounds, it's all been VP. As you have stated, it does seem like it's time for FaZe Clan to try and find that first blood. And you highlighted, Henry, that it was Brokey. The fact that he was trying to take that fight on Monster so early is a perfect embodiment of the FaZe hunger for the opening pick.
Yeah, they're trying to make things happen here at the start of the round. Normally, they should all play given that responsibility, but he is younger and less veterancy player, and we're going to see a fast approach towards B. So no slow contact play anymore. They're not ready for this pace change. Buster to crack things open towards the B side of the map, but they are responding in due course. Brokey and Olofmeister with the AWP and FaMAS actually have given them a man advantage here. They fend them off for once here on the B side of the map.
Chad, is Skybox open?
It is indeed.
Could you tell me why the rest of the team weren't behind Buster there? Did the molly just separate them and he was too far ahead, so had to commit, or was this by design? That's my question for the round.
All right, well,
thank you.
I'll bring you that one when the information is available.
Danke, danke, danke schön. Going to be seeing them group up what little remains of VP after that opening gambit. A very tough job for Jane, but he's going to be taking a lot of risks here to clear out the toilet's control. It's valuable information, and the scope does enable him to have a pretty good chance if anyone steps into his crosshairs. Of course, a lot of chances for that to be... Oh, he sees his fingers. He can cut the fingernails off of coldzera.
Do it again, I dare ya.
Yeah, he's got the info now. I don't think we're going to see another one of those bunny hops.
35 seconds here. No smokes available. James trying to jump up to the flower, but to get information here. Looking towards the APC. It's signs of desperation now, knowing they have nothing to enter the A side with. Kickout will try and help himself towards B, just as so his teammates can maybe get a rotation from the other side of the map. He needs to make some footsteps right now, though, otherwise he's completely useless.
Shadow. There's a new shadow for you. You can see it as they walk that close wall. James now thrown into a 1v3. No time. Maybe he gets another frag, but looks like he's going to get caught by coldzera.
So it's good they kept 3 players alive there. I think if Kickup pushed on to B and had any frags come his way, things could be very, very dire for FaZe Clan's money going forward here. They will be able to drop over some guns and work this one out. Fewer missions with the utility, I assume, is going to be what will be lacking here. We can actually bring up Skybox just quickly to show you. So if I'm going to play this out here, you can see the smoke, and then the molly is about to land. Molly drops, Sanji and Buster push. The other 2 are already throwing nades, so they'd be full committing to full damage through this Molotov. So that's why they sit on back there.
Thank you very much, Chad. Thank you, Skybox. And that's going to be a fast stop molly for the short push. God, it seems like a lot of people are trying to get through those Molotovs. Another smoke pulled out early defensively by VP.
FaZe starting to get it together now. The AWP and FaMAS combo was the one that worked out for them towards B. It was a pace change from Virtus.pro. I think started to fall apart.
Oh,
Sanji,
Rain, no.
We know he's calm, we know he's patient, waits for Rain, and this time gets the opening frag. 5 versus 4, and FaZe. Is there a rebuttal? What's the answer here? Brokey's got a challenge towards long with the AWP. There is a player there at the rock, jumps up. Not sure if he spotted him, I don't think so.
They're full rotating away from B as well. They've just left coldzera, who's pushed out into the sewer position, and 3 members have now mounted the A bomb site. And it looks like they want to reaggress up long for information.
an active angle. He's hoping they jump over him. And Sanji's been so patient. You said that you used that word for him in this round, and we're seeing more examples of it, but he will get caught. coldzera, good timing. But the bomb is going to be going down.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Taking his time.
Yeah, he's just making sure he gets the right spot there.
You guys covering me? Are you sure? All right,
cool?
and now our plan.
Okay, well, they still have a good shout in the round, although it's a 4 versus
What's he
3.
up to?
James knows he has to be more active here, and will he land the shot? Oh, apparently not. Brokey looking quite sharp today, I have to say. 10 kills to his name, 4 versus 2, kicker and Adren to defend.
Oh, what a molly. They're playing this so well. FaZe should have this one under lock and key. It's Nico to confirm it as he returns to the kill feed. He has had a very quiet one, though, ever since the opening 5 rounds. He was at 11,
yeah.
6 rounds into the game. He now finds himself at 14. So you can see that he cooled off quite significantly after that ace.
Yeah, he certainly did, but starting to warm up once again. You can see that Creed coming into action. Not the flashiest kills from Nico, just getting the job done. His teammates stepped up there. B-bomb side is absolutely fine here. coldzera reacting to the fact they lost Rain at the start towards connector, pushes off towards shore, nails that kill, falls back into the crossfire, and VP can't crack open the site. Final round of this first half of the best of 3. This is the pick of VP here. Moving on to Mirage next.
Just to note, with the last 3 rounds FaZe have been able to put on the board, 2 of which have come from timeouts, which is Virtus.pro either losing a lot of numbers early or slow to react. Be another aggressive play up forward, and Buster gets a freebie. No cover there for Nico for long. He's going to be questioning what just happened. Brokey will eventually find the trade. And now it's a 4-on-4. There's no re-aggression on the map right now from FaZe, as they want to play a retake B setup with this boost. Ooh, 3 angry T's. Make it 4 on the other side of the wall.
Okay, and the flashes are going to fade, but there's the fight that he was looking for. coldzera, perfectly timed. Virtus.pro, they flashed him off, and oh, he can't even get across. Adren plucks him from the sky. Sanji's inflicted good damage to Rain's rotate. He's already chunked down to 35. It seems like his impending doom is now upon him. Brokey, oh, he's going to be walking straight into that crosshair of James. Someone is the victim. It's all off. And Brokey will fall as well. The half ends with a bit more James time, and it's break time. We'll be right back to see how the second half plays out. Overpass first half, and it's right down the middle. 8-7 Virtus.pro and FaZe Clan. We get to see not only FaZe with a must-win game after their slip-ups so far. This is a stacked group D, but with the stacked group comes a new VP, a VP with a lot to prove. Already, as Chad highlighted in the pre-match, their coach saying things have to change or we're changing players in June.
Yeah, they have had a turbulent last 6 months. The dizzy highs they found in 2019 have come crashing down, and right now need to prove themselves in EPL, and a good showing in the first half. 8 rounds on their T side is nothing to be sniffed at, as we've seen them switch over to the CT side of Dren, but a good showing in the first half. Challenged here, and he'll be falling back to a defensive line as he spots 3 players towards middle.
Very nice movement from coldzera. Made it very difficult for James to do much. In towards Underpass and kick it and Buster will be given the supportive task, or rather difficult task, of keeping them out of B. Does have a smoke grenade that could prove very powerful should the clock run down. But that's not an issue just yet. So much time, 70 seconds still on the clock. We saw their conversion rate of 4v5s. 80% region for FaZe Clan once they get that opening kill. T side, advantage is still theirs, and into the site they flood. coldzera's going to be a problem, as is Brokey, as he shuts down a Dren and will get that bomb down. This is looking all too good for a FaZe start.
Oof. Yeah, you think you might be right here. That P250 shot should confirm things. Sanji taking lead to the face and bust up. Looking to deal a bit out, but at this point I feel like the crossfires are all too strong. olofmeister confirms it, and they know exactly where Kiko is. He might be able to get one more kill here. He's a very skilled player, but he's overwhelmed. It will be FaZe to tie things up at 8-8 here.
All right, guys, we're down here answering the phones for hashtag EPL meme review and hashtag EPL mailbag. Yet to have too many submissions coming on through the hotline. Phones are not ringing off the hook at this point, so if you guys at home, while enjoying the Counter-Strike, can keep us entertained while we do our best to keep you entertained, let's get them ringing, guys.
Yeah, we're all sitting there. We're anxious to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. The EPL meme review, the EPL mailbag.
I want to be part of it. I want to see what it's all about.
Tantalizing prospect.
Yeah, everyone's getting stuck in apart from us, it seems. And speaking of getting stuck in, here come FaZe Clan about to make their way up towards short at B. Good grenade. Should do significant damage towards James and Sanji. And it certainly does. Down to 58. The sniper with a CZ in his hand has spent all of his cash and now might be fragged. It's Sanji to go down first. Rain. Nice setup from Nico. Perfect flashbang. They don't have to commit to this. They've done lots of damage. Got an opening kill. No one needs to overextend. Hold together and hold your nerve.
They have a good idea. There's a minimum of 2 more players because 3 HE grenades have been thrown in their general direction. Rain has made 1 kill. Process of elimination means at least 2 more members on the site. And as they continue to pick and prod and take damage, that confirms that. Swinging on out will be a Dren. coldzera's already taken all this territory over towards long, and now they're just going to molly smoke off the choke points and bring that bomb back on over the long way.
Eesh. That's going to hurt. Brokeeper heads Buster with an inquisitive boost.
Normally in this kind of situation, if you were VP, you've lost the bomb site, you've already taken a chunk of damage, you may as well just hold on to these 2 upgraded pistols with armor, or see if you can find yourself an exit frag. It's going to be difficult to do considering their life situation right now.
And look how spread FaZe are as well. It's like if you even try and find a safe place from the hunt that isn't the site itself, you will get found out. They've got themselves spread out nicely. Brokey keeping track of one side of the exit. You can see that I believe it was Olof clearing spawn right now. They want to make these VP players as broke as possible.
Yeah, I think you might be right there, Alex. The force buy. Send the MAC-10s in. Try and farm some money.
Check barrels.
And will they check the barrels? olofmeister won't, but it doesn't matter. He is none the wiser. As far as he's concerned, they are on another part of the map. And we will see leads now for FaZe Clan 9-8 and no money. Of course, for Virtus.pro after force buying that second round. We're seeing almost every team force buying the second round at CT side these days. As we'll see the flashbang and smoke saved. Adigo and CZ as well. Sanji on the P2000 gets himself a flashbang. We see a lot of teams focus towards middle, usually on these sort of rounds, with a flash over towards the fountains, and you try and overwhelm any out-of-position Ts. Now, FaZe should be aware of this because they did the exact same thing themselves on the CT side. I wouldn't like to see them very committed towards middle. They've actually thrown 3 grenades in as to counter that prospect, so that's a good idea. And they've actually confirmed the middle is clear at this point. It's actually a B stack coming in from VP. Holding on to the utility. They have no kit, of course. and rotating one player over towards A. That's James. We've already got a Dren waiting with the USP towards the bathrooms now.
These B stacks you're seeing come out on the eco rounds from VP is something you may consider seeing on the gun rounds as well. They can leave James just to solo AWP that A bomb site, have 4 individuals stack over towards B with utility and rifles behind it. FaZe have 1 or 2 fast B strategies in their back pocket that I've seen them pull out in 2020 so far. That could be one way to deal with that pace change. But right now, the pace is slowed almost to a complete and utter halt, as everybody on the map just seems to be standing still and waiting for a frag. There's the first. Olaf will take down Kickit. Very lucky to get away with his life. 14 points of health remaining. And that'll force the rotation from the CTs once again, as now all 4 members have rotated over on that opening kill. And FaZe should be able to just quite cleanly walk up through the bathrooms, take the long control, end on the A site with a bit of a plant. They have all these nades. Shouldn't be too many dramas here.
I don't know. The unarmored P2K, Chad, it can turn the tide of many a battle. It can bang.
Well, it's banging right now. The first few bullets, unfortunately, don't find that quick kill, but it was close. We'll see a confirmed round for FaZe here, unfortunately, for VP fans, as there's not really much left to be said about this one. Jay might as well save the CZ and armor, considering he's going to be looking to buy the AWP going into that first round. It'll save him some cash. Glass cannon, never ideal. But this is their map pick. They're still absolutely fine here, even though FaZe have found double digits first. They're going to keep 5 players alive, chat. And we've talked about this all week. This new kind of philosophy of the Galils being in the mix now with the MAC-10s, knowing they won't have helmets necessarily for a few players on the CT side. In my eyes, you want to be presenting a coordinated 5-man approach with a nice bit of pace behind it, with the intention of doing as much financial damage instead of trying to win the round, as counterintuitive as that sounds.
Yeah, FaZe, just as I was mentioning, have this really fast B execute they do from spawn. They throw all the nades on the run and it's overwhelming. So maybe that would be something they want to pull out here. The problem is, I think that VP will have enough Molotovs to stop this initial rush coming on through. We can see, I think it was 4 purchased up there. There was only 1 individual who wasn't able to buy it.
Considering they actually had 2 players survive with the pistols and armor, and I think this is 1 towards the end. Pistol failure, only 4 pistol rounds, 1 possible 20. That's terrible, isn't it?
That is a woeful
So that's both pistols they've lost here in this series, well, this map as well, at least. They won both 5. They're 4-0 down in the first half and now lost the pistol in the second as well. So that continues.
Is rough.
That is difficult. That's why they're maybe calling a US Air Force tactical timeout. This one maybe by FaZe, in fact. So after winning 3-0, they want to just talk about their options here. For reasons I stated before, it's not a traditional gun round. If you approach it in the default manner, you would actually just be picked off 1 by 1. You can see the superior firepower available for the CT side of 4 and 4s and the AWP. You don't have that at your disposal, but you do have utility and a bit of tenacity and pace behind you with these Galils and MAC-10s, knowing that the players have helmets. Unfortunately for FaZe, in this case, is only James. You can actually punish them, but still a chance to win the round. You just need to use a proper execution with hopefully a bit of speed behind it.
Speed, agility, quickness. I believe that was the name of the company that did the bleep tests at school. SAQ.
Well, there won't be any of that here to kick things off. It will just be a standard default round. The usual utility exchanged over to send back any Ts wanting to get aggressive through this sewer position. Rain will sneak on through the corner of the smoke. Has to deal with Buster. Won't be able to.
Buster repositions, expecting the Cold Zero line. Gets the information safely. It's playing this well. It's fun to watch the maneuvers. See some initial utility thrown out. So this could be the Astralis execute of sorts. I'm seeing Molotovs, 2 smokes, flashes towards the monster tunnel, and here they come. No contact taken initially as they do drop and wrap water, but that's the contact they were looking for. Huge from Olafmeister.
5 players committed to a small bomb site, getting stuck in with the smokes down and creating a path around to just get close towards those CTs, stifle them, suffocate them towards our water position. You can see they had no chance there. Even on 5 versus 4, no further kills were found there for VP. We talked about staying together, having that Wolfpack mentality, and it works out for them. That's exactly what we wanted to see, Chad. You've got to be happy with that one.
Yeah, well, I am, even with the FaZe Clan losses of recent times, very happy with the direction of this project is trending. I think that the woes of those losses being very, very close against 2 other world-class opponents look, I said that I thought FaZe were my top 3 team in the world right now. That might need some adjustment after those losses, but they're still in the mix.
I think they have the potential to be a top 3 team in the world.
That's
the recipe is there, right? Everything we want to see from this FaZe roster, the roles make sense now. The good coach behind them, the resources, we're starting to see good results on LAN. They've got some time now online to refine and hone their craft. I feel like, yes, they should be a top 3 team. Like, it's not a crazy or hyperbolic thing to say that they could be in that region eventually. So, round 20 coming up, and it will be 4-0 again for FaZe Clan in the second half, 11-8 overall. But this is where it started to go wrong for them in the first half. Will the same happen here as Jane brings out the AWP with no helmet once again? Up against 3 M4s.
See, fired off a warning shot and catches a nade on his retreat as well.
A shot across the bow.
Yeah, precisely. And now the man in the crow's nest is desperately calling for help.
Let's see how many nautical references we can get into this one now.
Do you know your starboard from your port?
I don't,
no,
but I'm aware of them.
I know they exist.
I know they are concepts, but I don't know necessarily how they work.
Yeah, I can tell you stage left and stage right.
Me too.
When we get nautical...
Nautical nonsense is not my forte. I will say that
What
much.
a pretentious sentence.
I know.
I love that.
We're going to get into the 5-on-5, but 1 minute remaining. Looks to be an A finish with 3 players towards long for FaZe, I should say. 3 smokes, and they're just going to flash over. Happy to take this challenge against the potential AWP on the other side. It's a Dren. Still posting good numbers here. Promising signs here in round number 20 for VP. Nico, though, could sabotage all of their efforts. Remember, Jame with no helmet. 1 bullet from that M4 we're taking down, especially with just 57 points of health.
Especially now it's upgraded to the AK-47. Takes it off his fallen comrade Rain. James responsible for long, so he's going to be catching Coldzera. But Cold's already up against the wall, so this passive line not get the information he hopes. Sanji falls. Now the warning signs. Now the sirens are sounding, and the smokes are blooming. They can get into the site relatively uncontested here. James not going to take an Aggie line.
If that's by design to get that smoke down towards the truck, that's insane. He's going to swing though. Will he deny the plant? Kicker doing a great job so far, looking for 2 kills. Not going to happen though. That might be enough for FaZe to pick this round up. And a 3 versus 2 as Buster and Jame will reposition. Remember, Jame was already on the A side. He had to go back by virtue of the smokes and broken. He should confirm the round at this point as Jame misses off a very vital shot in his efforts here to retake the A side. He has to fall back. Jame save here. This one acceptable. This one does make sense.
Justified.
Yeah, you really can't poke any holes in this. Has to save the AWP.
I'm not sure he will.
I think he hits the shot. He doesn't miss many. He is a fantastic AWPer. Jokes aside, like, he'll hit the shots required.
And there's a good reason that he's going for these 3rd round glass cannon AWPs on the T side because of his ability and because of his belief in his own ability as well.
All right, well, they need to build something around his ability right here because, what is this? 5 on the trot right now for FaZe, 4 of which have been the bomb going down. That cash continues to build. This is almost perfect storm for them to be building on a bank. Got another little stack coming in here. Oh, it's gone.
It was 57% win rate on their T sides in contrast to the 80% win rate of getting the opening kill on their CT.
Okay.
Makes sense. I think that a lot of that's a product of the sides.
Yeah, CTs normally set up in positions where they should be able to find the opening, and the Ts are the ones who have to use their nades to push you back or potentially trade off of bodies.
And also just consider executes, right? If people keep throwing in their bodies into you, that opening frag's usually followed by 2 more, and then the round's likely to follow.
This did look like it was going to be a B set piece off the bat, but they've changed their mind. They've had to send someone back to deal with the A pushing. To Rain through the smoke. No chance to even respond there. No idea it was even coming. That's the start VP are looking for.
Here we go. Now we're cooking with some gas.
It's looking more promising, that's for sure. Things starting to heat up as we will have the first couple of kills come through. Kickert and a Dread to find them. Falling back to defensive lines here. Establish the crossfires. No one has to overcommit at this point. No information required. James holds a more aggressive line, and that's why you don't want to re-aggress these positions. You've got the advantage. They're hitting your shots. They're against FaZe Clan right now. Dry peaks are not required. And he gives up the most important kill here. That's their heavy artillery removed to the A side of the map, and now left with just the MP9 and the M4 to defend. They have got a smoke, which will be removed. Nico just destroys a Dren there. He will not be deploying that smoke grenade.
Oh, yes, and it plumes after his doom, which has actually aided the T side even more. Unknown entities towards the Bathroom's position, Cold again positioned here. It might be the same smokes. This time, of course, none available. Just the Molotov on coldzera. Might want to throw that out towards Optimus now that the frag has come in from Sanji. 17 seconds and Brokey's AWP. This is going to be really awkward for Brokey. They're hoping that coldzera finds this double frag.
He probably will, to be honest with you, but he does not commit to the angle. Is 7 seconds remaining. If he can deny the plant, it could be enough. He swings through. Can he stop it? Not quite yet. Brokey has to go with a quick scope, but he nails it. That is right down to the wire. It looked like Buster had done enough there. He had every right intention behind him, but he couldn't quite find that final kill.
I'm pretty good at maths, Henry. That was a 3v5. Normally what should happen when you're on the CT side is you turtle up into the bomb side.
I feel like I did say that to them. I tried to warn them that this could happen. Against FaZe, if you give them dry peaks and one-on-one challenges, more often than not, they're going to hit that shot, right? Why you're not using the crossbars and whittling down that clock, I couldn't tell you. If ever there was a player to just run the clock down, you'd think it would be Jay.
Should be Jay.
But in fact, he actually just went for the pick in the 5-on-3, lost that. Nico hit a stunning shot on the second, to be fair. Dren didn't really do anything wrong there. But the fact it got down to that sort of scenario, that was their first mistake.
And now they might have a few more mistakes to deal with here as MP9s will be purchased. That AWP will come out again. Jane will find the opening onto Olaf. They found the opening last round. It didn't help them. One of the problems here is the amount of nades to defend. But look at this. They're scrambling. They're trying to deal with any territory they can. And now the snowball of FaZe comes in. Nico finds another scalp. He has to push and clear close. Will he be able to do it? And yes, of course he can. Adren is taken out. A minute left on the clock here. You have to start questioning whether you want to save if you're VP. You're locked out.
Yeah, that conversation's starting already, and I think like Jane just heard the call because he's backed away into bank. You can already see that the CTs are nowhere to be seen around this site. And so a quiet exit for James. He's going to want to go unnoticed as he will take the leap to keep hold of the Zoom banger.
This could be a flawless T-half from FaZe here, which would be pretty absurd.
Especially considering that their round win rate is significantly higher on the defense. I've seen FaZe's T side definitely looked like it's been bolstered over the course of this time off. And it's something that I haven't really talked about too much, but the players have been hinting at it. You know, they say the situation, it has been you know, a lot of teams and even players, Alex, in fact, quitting his dream job because of the player schedule. You know, that travel, this constant event schedule that we'd always reference and say, well, the reason they haven't, you know, diversified their strategies, Alex, is because they've been on the road for 6 weeks now. We no longer have that conversation. So there will be a lot of time for these teams that were rough around the edges to refine.
Absolutely agree. And I hope that will be the case. If you are resting your laurels at this period of time, you're doing it all wrong. This is the perfect time to hone your craft, focus on your team. No one's going to be distracted. They're just going to be playing Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Let's make sure your team's got everything under lock and key. Every hole has been plugged and every strategy has been dry run to perfection so you can turn up and potentially take teams down that don't surprise. We've seen FaZe doing it. We've seen the likes of Tyloo not pick up a game yet, but you know, they're not necessarily putting in the hard work required, and we'll see Virtus.pro putting up a good showing so far, but FaZe are running away with the second half, yet to drop around 8-0 in the second so far. And we'll see if they can continue it.
In the last 4 rounds, just to note, VP have found the opening kills on the CT side. They just haven't been able to do anything with it. So they need to get the first 2, maybe even 3 kills if they want to be securing a round here.
Jane paranoid of the playground push, so doesn't overstay his welcome, but little does he know, it's about to be a bloody party of grenades on B. What is he up to? Olaf flashed and fragged. It's Kicker to keep them at arm's length. That's the bomb, and he's burning. Kicker's got 1 HP. How didn't he go down? The lick of the flame brings him down to just a single unit of HP. That's HP.
Not the source.
Not the source or the Houses of Parliament.
So these situations that they've started with, it's happened before. We've seen it. We've seen VP set up in a very good position to win a round, but they've squandered them. The one positive they have this time is the bomb is actually down on their side.
That has to be enough, right? Surely.
Surely. But they've used a lion's share of their utility here. Just a couple of flashes and a HE left to defend with. It's going to come down to the jewels.
Oh, and the jewels could be coming a little bit quicker than they anticipated. The boost now has been detected by Sanji. Very well done. The pre-fire towards Nico. He didn't stand a chance there, and I don't think Brokey or coldzera will have much more to say. The bomb's down towards Monster. They have 30 seconds on the clock. Try and make this round expensive if possible. Throwing a Molotov on the bomb with 25 seconds remaining isn't ideal, but it might force a reaction. It certainly has given coldzera a few targets, but he's become one himself. Jame will nail it, take him down, and now it's a 4 versus 1. Kick out on 1 HP, of course. Brokey of $10,000. Even though he has so much cash, might as well save the orb to deny giving them a double orb setup.
Yeah, fair enough. Their bank is, of course, a lot more stretched and strenuous, as this will be, just as you said that it was undefeated, Chad. Caster's curse arrives, but VP will pick up and thrive. Big pickup from Kickert there, just tested on Monster Tunnel. Looks like he wasn't flashed. He did manage to just have a perfectly clear screen, which makes finding those frags with his partner in Chrome Buster all too easy.
What do you think is the weirdest superstition? Obviously, we have the one walking under ladders. I used to do that a lot as a plumber.
Yeah.
Breaking mirrors, I feel would happen all the time.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Black Cat one. There's a lot of Black Cats in the world.
There are definitely a lot of black cats in the world.
Number 13.
The 30, yeah. Wow, that's a big one, actually.
There's a lot behind that one,
That's a whole
Henry.
can of worms in itself.
Did you know some planes don't even have a 13?
I did, yeah. It is a whole thing. It represents a few other things as well, that number. But for now, we will focus on the Counter-Strike at hand and maybe come back. Send us your favorite superstition in.
What is yours?
What do you have before a
Use
big
the
game?
hashtag EPL mailbag to let us know.
Someone
Yeah.
sent us their battle station.
I did
That's
see
nice.
that.
It's a nice looking battle
I
station.
haven't
Red
had
and
a chance
black.
to check it
Very badass.
Yeah, if you have any pre-game rituals, the things you have to do before you play, it's a little bit odd. Maybe you have to have warm hands like the players, or you have to be wearing a certain pair of trousers before you play. Let us know.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, Henry, because I didn't want to say anything, but my hands have been very cold in our gaming mad show.
Okay.
Well, we're in the right place to get hand warmers.
Yeah, if they have any, can we take some home so I can have the full Na'Vi on Katowice stage experience?
I'll ask the
We'll
stage
see if we can
manager.
get you one of those actual hand warmer fans now they have. You know, the actual units.
A whole fan?
it
Oh,
looks-
you have
yeah.
them on the desks at events.
Yeah, maybe we can get you one of those and see if you can melt the keyboard. Either way, we are going to be getting into another duel as Buster will be taken down to 32. That's by courtesy of coldzera. He's got the creep towards long, and it's a 3-man setup towards B. A execution looking very likely. One more round for Matt Point, but Jame, he isn't going down without a fight here. Looking for the second shot, takes a lot of damage. I feel like he's got another one available to him, but the flashbang so strong. Surely he dies at this point. There was a second there where he had the opportunity for the second. They gave him absolutely everything to work with, but 15 seconds remain. Just trying to get that bomb down. coldzera continues to find kill after kill here, mowing them down in CT spawn. Just remains is Buster. He'll be at the truck, position found, and surely no chance.
Yeah, shouldn't be much here. Nico's low. That is something, so this jiggle could be in vain. But Brokey's holding the cross anyway, so he doesn't have to move. A muscle!
Nice
Now
shot.
Buster's hit that shot. Nico's fallen as well. Looking for the clutch, not anticipating long. It should be fine for coldzera. He's expecting the toilets push, but Cold, oh, he's worked it out now. Buster looking for the clutch. Does have a Molotov if he wants to force the fight. Time is of the essence here. And here comes it. Close.
Ooh.
Close but no cigar. coldzera will dash his dreams of an incredible 1v4.
Yeah, if they had left less money there, you'd think that was an amazing effort. That's going to have a knock-on effect. It might give them a chance here. Unfortunately, so much cash available for FaZe, it doesn't really do much for them unless they win the round, but still a great display of skill from both sides here. coldzera, amazing with the creek here, looking down towards CT steps, and Buster bringing this back to the 1 versus 1. Like a great shot on the first. The second was impressive as well. Nice moves on the third, but unfortunately, it will be coldzera to close things out. I see that from his POV as well. Very clean and very calm. One round will do it on the map pick of VP for FaZe to close things out. They have only dropped one single round here.
I love watching this FaZe play. You get to see the individual shine in situations like that makes it exciting Counter-Strike, but you also get the nerdy analytical side of things when they're doing all these strategies, flashing for each other, the constant teamwork is there. Menko and the boys have done a fantastic job of redefining which direction this team was going to go in.
Right. And it's like it's modern day Counter-Strike. FaZe were trying to be, the bad boys, doing it differently for a while. But that seems that this identity that they're building is actually holding a lot of weight in the competitive realm.
I'm just super impressed with this team and the fact that with all these massive stars in there, we always had the discussion of there's not really enough room for all of them.
Right.
Well, they've all had to have worked hard to have this style of Counter-Strike come into play, and not only that, make room for one another in the server. So this team is starting to look more and more exciting, whereas for VP, we know things are not great over there, and losing the opening kill here in the final round, it's even worse.
Is it the final round though, Chad?
Yeah, this is it.
I don't know.
He said it with conviction.
You heard
did.
me after the first half, Henry. I said you have to believe in FaZe. Don't worry, it's all going to look good.
I believe in Buster. He's found a kill back here, and it's going to be down to the Krieg of Olofmeister to try and crack the nut of round number 16 here. Kick out with a FAMAS. He lines them up, does a ton of damage to the first, but still a 3-on-3 remains. Brokey and Rain both with 50 HP. James trying to deny the plant, but he doesn't miss many shots. We've already said that. He's aggressive now. Looking for the quick scopes there. You can see how good this guy is, and it's going to be enough, Chad. It's not the final round. We've got double digits for VP, and James sends him packing.
What a shot. Jumping up on the box as well. I love the proactivity so they could catch coldzera off guard. He would not have been visible to the graffiti line, which most AWPers would be taking at that moment of the retake, but he's already pushed up. And so coldzera, low on the ramp, just gets his clock cleaned. That's a Henry Greer that I tried to...
You have to make sure you enunciate your words very carefully.
Very careful.
Yeah. You get your clock cleaned regularly by the clock cleaner.
The clock cleaner.
Yes.
The watchman. See what I did there.
We are going to have a double orb setup still with Buster and James. Is this the final round, Chad?
He's been wrong 100% of the time so far.
I don't want to say anything because whatever I say, the opposite tends to happen.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of cash for FaZe, we mentioned a few times now. 5 rounds will do it for overtime. We've had a lot of OTs here in EPL so far. Trust me, this one's still possible as VP now aggressive towards long and the fountain position. Krieg has been found for Sanji. Not the biggest fragger for VP, but one of the smarter players will drop off. Back towards the safety of the bathrooms here.
Yeah, you talked about making room in FaZe Clan. Well, Sanji is the reason they've got enough room for James. Kick it Buster as well, of course, delivering in buckets and spades on the scoreboard. Slow one from FaZe Clan. You can see the bombs way back at T-spawn, so this is just for that map control, denying it from the CTs at this point in the game. Here he is. He gets the timing. Brokey was waiting for it, though.
Yeah, that's a very important factor. James has been keeping them alive the last few rounds here. The fact they brought it back to a 4-4 and a map on this scale, this size, certainly favors the T side. And you've removed one of the most dangerous factors. But have you accounted for Buster? Olofmeister hasn't. He jumps down and he thought short was clear. Definitely wasn't. Another 4 versus 3 now. The hardest round in Counter-Strike to find is number 16. And you can see FaZe starting to shrink at this point as they make their way towards A. Smokes are down. Sanji to defend. Krieg in hand.
Look at his positioning. So aggressive to behead Nico. And coldzera's got something in store for us still. Into the site.
That's the bomb. Not ahead.
Oh, well, Buster's pulled them further ahead, and now coldzera with 13 seconds doesn't have the bomb, doesn't really have a chance. He can have a good go, though. One quick frag onto Buster, but 5 bullets in his clip. He knows his days are numbered. Won't have a chance for the reload, so he's going to have to be precise if they do hunt. But for now, they don't really want to be taking any gambles like that. We'll see Cold keep the Krieg 50-11.
20 kills to coldzera's name, 22 for Nico. Those are the names you want at the very top, to be honest with you. Brokey with 18 as well means the AWP is online and efficient. They will have one more buy here with coldzera able to drop a rifle. He will give over a Krieg. Make it a Mac 10, in fact, to Rain. So he'll be left with the lesser weaponry. He'll be sent in first. But it's the same sort of storyline for VP as well. Sanji's obviously towards the MP9. But they've also got themselves an AK-47 in the hands of a Dren. And we've got a B execution here. Just get it in there. Stuck in with the Mac 10 first. See whether you can break through. It's just down to raw skill and trading potential here.
Here we go. 4 versus 5 on the site now. Continuing the trading battle. Quick flurry of frags puts 4 down, and now there's more to come. Buster continues his delivery for the CT side. Cold trading in. 2v2. Now Nico's on the chopping block. He does succeed. Bomb needs to be picked up and planted. Instead, it's a 1v1. Adren's made that happen.
Well then, Nico up against Adren. The latter has a smoke and a defuse kit, the AK-47 as well, and there's plenty of time to mess with his head. Nico will be able to pick up the bomb momentarily. It is down in water, I believe. He's just biding his time. There's no information now for Adren whether he has the bomb or not. He will just... Now, Chad, forgive me if I'm wrong. I would say the best thing to do in these sort of scenarios at CD side is just plant your feet, try and work out what's happening, and react from there. If you think it might be A, try and stay there. He's in a transition position right now, might as well just hold put.
He's lucky that this map lends itself to quick rotations between the sites. But you need to stay in audible distance so you know which bomb site it will be planted at. Now, with Nico not moving, actually forcing Adren to get a little bit inquisitive, he will be able to pick up the bomb, and he should be able to plant safe here. But Nico now has absolutely no idea where Adren has moved to.
Yeah, Adren has a huge advantage here. Oh, he's given up the fact he had that position, and Nico will cancel the plant, take him down. It's 16-11. A stunning performance from FaZe in the second half leads into a 16-11 scoreline on the pick of VP. We'll be breaking this one down very shortly.